Welcome to Exposed Hollywood, where the spotlight doesn't just reveal the glamour, but the secrets behind it. In Tinseltown, where image is currency and youth is worshipped, countless stars have placed their trust and their faces in the hands of plastic surgeons. Some emerged flawless, frozen in time. Others paid a far higher price. Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on some of the most jaw-dropping cosmetic surgery disasters in Hollywood history. Transformations so extreme they didn't just alter a star's face, they changed the course of their career. Fans who once adored these icons now struggle to recognize them, their legendary looks lost to the knife. If you've ever known someone chasing the dream of looking like their favorite celebrity, drop a 1 in the comments. If you believe nothing outshines natural beauty, type 0. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the truth behind Hollywood's perfect facade is only just beginning to unfold. Axl Rose, the untamed voice of Guns N' Roses, the wild heart of 80s rock, once embodied rebellion itself. With his high-octane vocals, magnetic stage presence, and a danger-laced charm, he was the kind of frontman who didn't just sing to a crowd, he owned it. But time, as it does to all, began to leave its mark. And for Axl, those changes weren't just the natural work of the years, they were etched deeper by the unmistakable signs of cosmetic intervention. Whispers turned to headlines, facelifts, Botox, even a rumored nose job, all in an attempt to hold on to the face that had once stared down the world with defiance. Yet the results were bittersweet. The once raw, expressive face that could rage, ache, and seduce with a single glance now seemed tighter, less alive, a mask where there had once been fire. Under the stage lights, instead of fueling the audience's adrenaline, his altered look sometimes left fans unsettled, struggling to connect the man before them with the icon they remembered. And yet his passion for music still burns. His voice still chases the high notes, his energy still commands the stage. But Axl's transformation leaves us with an uncomfortable question. In a culture obsessed with youth, how much of ourselves do we lose trying to preserve what once was? His story is a stark reminder. The truest beauty isn't in smooth, unlined skin, but in the raw humanity that stirs the soul. Cardi B, the unapologetic rapper who turned social media stardom into global fame, has never been shy about showing the world exactly who she is, inside and out. From her early days rocking a natural face and gritty street style, she transformed into a headline-making vision of glamour, undergoing a series of cosmetic enhancements that include breast augmentation, liposuction, buttock augmentation, and lip fillers. But unlike most celebrities who hide behind natural beauty claims, Cardi ripped the curtain wide open. She's told the world about every nip, tuck, and injection, even confessing to getting illegal silicone shots in a dingy backroom long before fame came calling. That brutal honesty has won her both admiration and backlash. To her fans, Cardi is the embodiment of fearless authenticity, a woman owning her choices, no matter the judgment. But to critics, her dramatic transformation fuels dangerous ideals, especially for impressionable young followers chasing an unattainable image. Over the years, her look has continued to evolve. A slimmer nose, plumper lips, and porcelain-smooth skin, reportedly thanks to fillers and Botox. Whether she's lighting up the red carpet or posing on Instagram, Cardi commands attention. Yet behind the spotlight, the price of becoming this self-made beauty icon may carry a cost that no surgery can fix: the emotional toll of living as the ideal you've built. Demi Moore, the smoldering beauty and magnetic talent who defined Hollywood glamour in the 90s, once held the world spellbound with her striking features and enigmatic allure. But in recent years, her appearance has become the center of heated debate, especially after her much-discussed return to the spotlight at Paris Fashion Week in 2021. When she stepped onto the runway, fans were stunned. The familiar face they had adored for decades now seemed almost unrecognizable. Her cheekbones unusually high, skin unnaturally taut, and jawline sharp enough to draw whispers across the internet. Cosmetic experts speculated about fillers, Botox, and even a possible facelift, each procedure a silent battle against the march of time. Demi has never confirmed what she has or hasn't done, yet the public's reaction revealed a deeper truth: Hollywood's beauty standards are merciless. In an industry that worships youth like a religion, even those once hailed as the very definition of beauty are made to feel that they must cling to it, no matter the cost. Goldie Hawn, the golden girl of Hollywood, cherished for her radiant smile and effortless charm, had been a beauty icon for decades. Her face, forever etched in our memories, was one of warmth, humor, and a spark that seemed untouchable. But when she stepped onto the red carpet at the 2014 Oscars, fans couldn't help but pause. Something was different. The familiar glow had been replaced by a tighter, more frozen look. Cosmetic experts speculated about Botox, fillers, and even a facelift, pointing to changes around her cheeks and eyes. Perhaps these procedures were meant to preserve her youth, but instead, they left her features puffy, her expressions muted. Even her signature smile, once wide, unrestrained, and contagious, seemed restrained, as if trapped behind an invisible mask. For many, it was bittersweet. They weren't just looking at a Hollywood star. They were looking at the fading image of a woman who had once lit up the screen with pure joy. In chasing the relentless ideals of modern beauty, Goldie had unintentionally surrendered a part of what made her truly unforgettable, her natural, unfiltered self. Janet Jackson, the sister of the legendary Michael Jackson, carved out her own throne in the worlds of music and fashion long before anyone could call her just Michael's sister. With her mesmerizing beauty, undeniable confidence, and sultry voice, she became one of the most captivating stars of the 90s, an era when her every music video, red carpet look, and performance was nothing short of iconic. But as the years passed, fans began to notice something different. Her face, once instantly recognizable, seemed to change, most notably her nose, now smaller and more sculpted than before. Beauty experts speculated about rhinoplasty, filler injections, and Botox, all aimed at preserving that timeless youthfulness. Janet herself has never confirmed the rumors, but the transformation has fueled endless debate. To some, it's her right, her body, her choice, her reinvention. To others, it's a loss, a fading away of the natural radiance that once made her unlike anyone else in the industry. And so, the conversation around Janet's evolving image remains a mix of admiration, curiosity, and nostalgia for the beauty that once defined her. John Travolta, the heartthrob who lit up the silver screen in the 70s and 80s, once stole hearts with nothing more than a dazzling smile, a confident strut, and that thick, jet-black hair that became as iconic as his roles in Grease and Saturday Night Fever. Back then, he radiated a kind of effortless charm, a boyish energy that seemed untouchable by time. But time, as it always does, began to leave its mark. Fans noticed more than just the natural shifts of age. His once expressive features began to look unnaturally smooth, his face seemingly frozen in moments where emotion should have danced freely. Cosmetic experts speculate that Botox, fillers, and perhaps even a discreet facelift may have been used to hold back the years. The result? A flawless surface, but one that sometimes felt at odds with the vibrant expressiveness that once defined his performances. Add to that the carefully placed hairpieces and a meticulously groomed image, and for some, the John Travolta they saw on screen felt strangely unfamiliar, a polished version of the man they once knew. While he continues to work steadily, taking on new film projects and keeping his place in Hollywood, his evolving look has sparked mixed emotions. For many, it's not just about what's changed, it's about longing for the raw, natural charisma of the Travolta they first fell in love with. Katie Price, the British model turned reality TV lightning rod, has built a career as much on headlines as on photo shoots. But nothing has kept her in the public eye quite like her unapologetically public, endlessly debated cosmetic surgery journey. She began as a fresh-faced teenage model, her natural beauty capturing attention instantly. Yet by 1999, she stepped onto an entirely different path with her first breast augmentation, the opening chapter of what would become a never-ending transformation. From nose jobs, liposuction, and facelifts to filler injections and plumped lips, Katie's look has evolved so dramatically that, to some, she's nearly unrecognizable. Now 45, she proudly calls herself plastic fantastic, treating surgery like an annual ritual. One of her most jaw-dropping choices came when she opted for breast implants weighing nearly 2 kilos each, a move that left not only fans but also medical professionals warning of the long-term toll on her health. Critics accuse her of fueling impossible beauty ideals. Katie insists it's not for anyone else, that it's about control, self-expression, and reclaiming her image in a world where the media has always tried to define her. Yet every time she steps out with a freshly transformed face or body, the debate reignites. Is this the ultimate display of confidence, or just another scar left by relentless public pressure? Linda Evangelista. The name alone once defined the very essence of beauty in the 1990s. She was the supermodel of supermodels, a flawless face splashed across hundreds of magazine covers, a vision commanding the world's most prestigious runways. But in 2015, one seemingly harmless beauty choice would shatter that image forever. Hoping to maintain the appearance that had built her empire, Linda underwent 7 sessions of cool sculpting, a non-invasive fat-freezing procedure. But instead of the sleek results promised, she fell into the rare 1% of patients struck by a devastating side effect: paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, or PH, a condition that caused the treated areas to harden and swell. The changes were irreversible. Her once sculpted face and figure became unrecognizable, and the reflection in the mirror felt like that of a stranger. The woman who had once been the embodiment of confidence disappeared from public life. For years, Linda lived in isolation, gripped by shame and depression. She later revealed the heartbreaking truth. She was permanently disfigured, unable to work in the very profession that had defined her life. The beauty that had been her greatest gift had become her deepest wound. Linda Evangelista's story is more than a personal tragedy. It's a haunting reminder that even the safest procedures can have life-altering consequences. In a world obsessed with perfection, the desperate chase to preserve beauty can sometimes strip away the most precious thing of all: your confidence, your identity, your very sense of self. Melanie Griffith, the radiant star who stole hearts in Working Girl and defined sensual beauty in the 80s and 90s, was once one of Hollywood's most captivating faces. Her charm wasn't just in her looks, but in the softness and emotion that lit up the screen. Yet as the years passed, her appearance began to change in ways that went far beyond the natural passage of time. Subtle at first, then impossible to ignore, the smoothness of fillers, the stillness of Botox, the altered lines from lip surgery and facelifts slowly reshaped the woman the world once knew. Fans who had adored her expressive warmth now struggled to see that same softness beneath the tightened surface. At red carpet events, the media's side-by-side comparisons became brutal, a ritual humiliation reserved almost exclusively for women who dare to age in the public eye. Eventually, Melanie herself admitted the truth. She regretted some of the choices she had made. In a rare moment of vulnerability, she revealed that she had even undergone procedures to dissolve the fillers, confessing that she hadn't truly seen what she'd become until others pointed it out. It was a moment of painful clarity, the kind of realization that comes not in the glow of a spotlight, but in its harsh, unforgiving glare. Mickey Rourke, the man who once reigned as Hollywood's most irresistible bad boy in the 1980s, embodied raw masculinity, smoldering romance, and that unmistakable, dangerous gaze. On screen, he wasn't just acting, he was living every role, drawing millions into the depths of his complex, soul-bearing performances. But over the years, that iconic image began to fade, not because his talent dimmed, but because the man the world once knew became almost unrecognizable. In a move that shocked fans, Rourke walked away from Hollywood at the height of his fame to chase a professional boxing career. The decision left him battered, bruised, and broken. To repair the damage, he turned to reconstructive surgery. Yet, the operations, followed by additional cosmetic procedures, left devastating results. His once expressive, magnetic face grew tight, uneven, and far removed from the features that made him a screen idol. Rourke himself admitted with painful honesty, "I went to the wrong doctor and ruined my face." And while he never stopped acting, audiences struggled to see the heartthrob they once fell for beneath the altered features. Today, the dashing image of Mickey Rourke in his golden years lives on only in memory, a haunting reminder of how quickly beauty, fame, and even identity can be transformed beyond recognition. Pamela Anderson, the irreplaceable sex symbol of the 90s, didn't just appear on our TV screens, she crashed into pop culture like a tidal wave. With her sun-kissed skin, windswept blonde hair, and those impossible curves, she became the fantasy of an entire generation and the face of Baywatch's golden era. But beneath that red swimsuit and flawless image was a woman constantly reshaping herself to meet Hollywood's relentless demands. From breast augmentations and nose jobs to lip fillers and Botox, Pamela never shied away from admitting she played the game, sculpting herself into the ultimate icon the industry expected her to be. In the beginning, that fearless transformation turned her into a global sensation. But as the years passed, whispers began. Was she living for herself, or simply holding on to the crown of sex symbol a little too tightly? Then came the moment no one expected. Pamela stepped into the spotlight barefaced, no makeup, no filters, and announced she was done with cosmetic procedures for good. The world leaned in not to judge her beauty, but to hear the unspoken message in her choice, that reclaiming your image and your power can be the boldest move of all. Priscilla Presley, once the epitome of timeless elegance and the woman forever linked to the legend Elvis Presley, was celebrated for her regal beauty, the kind that seemed untouchable. But over the years, her face became the subject of controversy, not because of the natural passage of time, but because of one fateful, devastating choice in the pursuit of perfection. In the early 2000s, Priscilla fell victim to a fraudulent, unlicensed doctor who injected her with industrial-grade silicone, a substance never approved for medical use. Instead of enhancing her beauty, the procedure left her face swollen, uneven, and unrecognizable, slowly stripping away the natural grace that had once captivated the world. Despite undergoing multiple corrective surgeries, Priscilla has never been able to fully reclaim her original appearance. Her ordeal stands as a sobering reminder that in the quest for flawless beauty, shortcuts can come with a devastating cost, one that reaches far beyond the mirror. The price wasn't just her physical appearance, but also her reputation and the quiet confidence that once defined her. Cosmetic surgery, when done wisely, can uplift and empower, but when taken too far or driven by impossible standards, it can lead to consequences no one sees coming. The celebrities featured in today's video remind us that beauty is fragile, and fame offers no shield against mistakes. Thank you for joining us for another revealing chapter of Exposed Hollywood. If you found this story compelling, please like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe so you won't miss the surprising and untold truths we uncover next. See you in the next one.